Hello all, and happy to welcome all of you to yet another Saturday webinar of GHRC on transforming workplace wellness with my assurance and with our very own Mr. Rahul Verma from Hyderabad, who will be talking to us about the corporate vitality and heart health. But before we move on to the networking session and the webinar, let me introduce myself. I'm Shubha from GHRC into sales and operations, and I would like to take a few minutes of your attention to talk about GHRC. Global HR Community, or GHRC, is a community for people managers that is built on the next generation AI-enabled digital platform and brings together people managers, business leaders, HR professionals, entrepreneurs, and students to promote excellence through people in individuals, organization, and society at a large through our guiding principles of connect, learn, and grow. The GHRC, as it's popularly called, was founded by the stalwarts like S.V. Nath and Mr. Ramesh Ranjan and Srikant Arimanitaya, all of them from HR fraternity for more than 45 to 60 years of experience. In a short span of 9 months, we have subscribed to about 1,800 members on the platform, enlisted Britannia, Machani, Questcorp, TE Connectivity, Natural Remedies, iValue, Higher Gains, and many more corporate companies as well as individuals span India and around the world. Honored with India 5000 Top MSME Award, GHRC has cemented its position as a leader in HR space. Ranked among the top 10 HR communities in the world by LinkedIn, we are proud to have a thriving community of 7,000 plus followers on the LinkedIn, reflecting our global impact and influence. The platform is built under the guiding principles of discover, connect, learn, grow, and contribute. Under Discover, we explore 50 plus assessment tools and cutting edge insights to uncover your potential and thrive in people management and leadership. In Connect, join the global network of 1,800 professionals to build your meaningful relationship, access mentorship, and collaborate on impactful initiatives as well. Under Learn, or our academy, we have upskilling courses like 150,000 courses and curated courses in training, 1,800 plus skills, and access to vast library of resources for a lifelong learning and career progression. Under Grow, accelerate your growth with your job board, gamification features, analytics, and opportunities to participate in exclusive events and workshops. In Contribute, shape the future by sharing expertise, mentoring, and engaging community-driven initiatives that drive positive impact and innovation. So as we all know, the future of work is essentially global. We are looking at a global platform for the professionals, leaders, and global networking, cross-cultural learning, shared resources, thought leadership, talent insights, advocacy, best practices, and so on. So essentially, the benefit of Global HR Community, or GHRC, is networking, learning, and development, and it's a collaborative platform for career growth, rewards, and recognitions. Our statistics in the last 9 to 8 months is, as I said, 1,800 members, 7,000 followers on the LinkedIn, 150,000 courses on the platform covering 1,800 skills, 300 job listings, 600 articles and blogs, 150 marketplace listing, white papers, research papers, and so on. I'm sure the value in our offerings. We have a lot of membership offerings as well, which is customized to your profile, and we'll be glad to enroll you as a member of GHRC. And having said that, now we networking. I will introduce myself. As I said, I'm Shubha from Global HR Community. Been in Bangalore for the last 1 year. I've been in the trade of textiles for the last 30 years. A passionate learner, a quick learner, and trying to pursue 2 to 3 careers at the same time. That's about me. And I'll be glad if you all can switch on the camera one by one and tell about yourself. You all can network. 1 minute of time you all have. Please talk about yourself, the company, what you do, and so that, post session, you can even connect with the other fellow participants in the webinar. Yeah. Yes, I don't need silence. Let's start. Usha, come on, let's start. You're on mute, Usha.
I'm sorry. Okay, good morning and welcome to GHRC. I'm saying it on behalf of GHRC. Very delighted to be part of GHRC since last nearing 1 year. This has been very, very instrumental in bringing about a lot of courses, conferences all over India, and it's been very, very instrumental and very active. So I urge more and more people to come and join in GHRC. Also, to tell about me, I'm an independent learning and development consultant with about nearing 12 years of experience in L&D itself. So my passion is to be developing people and helping them grow, in their respective fields. I've specialized in organizational behavior and and psychometrics. So this is my profile in brief. This is about me in brief. Thank you. Over to Shiba. Thank you,
Thank
Shiba.
you, Usha. Thank you. Who goes next? What about you, Priyanka? Very silent.
I'm just observing. It
Yeah,
is
please talk. Now you can talk. You got the forum for yourself. Yeah.
hello everyone. This is Priyanka Singh. I'm currently MBA student. I'm in final year pursuing my MBA from CMS Business School, and I have recently taken student membership of JHRC. Hopefully, learning like willing to learn and grow with everyone from the various HR professions. Thank you.
Priyanka, thanks a lot. She's a very intelligent, budding girl, and we are very happy to have her in the community.
Thank you, ma'am. Pleasure is mine.
Yes, pleasure is ours too. Yes, Janki, John, Lakshman, one of you please switch on the cameras. Please talk about yourself.
Hi, Suba, I'm not able to switch on my camera, but
No problem, Janki. We can
I'm
see your pretty
happy
face. You
to.
can talk. Yeah.
I'm happy to introduce. I'm happy to be here actually. A friend sent me this invite and said it might interest you. I'm a happiness coach and
Okay.
currently working with HR and XC as
Okay.
the well-being at workplaces, head of practice. So I primarily look at how organizations can do more in the well-being and wellness space. I like to keep it holistic, simple, and make it effortless for organizations to choose well-being for people. So that's primarily what I do as a happiness coach. I've been doing this for 8 years. I do one-to-one coaching, executive coaching, as well as therapy. And I love learning. I think I'm a lifelong learner and really happy to be here and get to know more of what this whole session and platform has to offer. So, yeah, hi.
Very nice. And we hope we will also engage you on the platform one day. Shortly,
Sure,
maybe.
sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you, Janki. Yeah, who goes next?
I think we can follow two things, Subha here. Either
Yes.
you open up your participant list and go alphabetically, right?
That is what I'm doing. Yeah. That's what I'm
Like
doing.
a
Roll
roll
call.
call. Right,
Roll call.
exactly.
I am just calling like that. Anand. Yes, Anand, please come on. Anju,
Yeah,
Anushri.
yeah.
Who goes next? Otherwise, we'll ask Rahul only to talk about himself.
Yeah. Then I can go on for, days and hours
Yes.
and no
Yeah,
end.
no. Let's ask Rahul. Rahul, please tell about yourself
Hi
before I
everyone. I
introduce.
can go next.
Oh, yeah, sure. Rutvij, hi.
Hi Shubha. Hi Rahul. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me on this call. I think GRHC, like always, comes up with very innovative, very relevant subjects to have conversations around. And I always impressed to see how engaged the entire community is. So kudos on that. Briefly about myself, I'm Rutvij Shah. I lead org design, talent, and performance for Carl Zeiss Group. And prior to this, I've done my B school from XLR at Jamshedpur, and I've spent close to 6 years in management consulting. First with Deloitte as part of the Human Capital Advisory, and most recently with Marsh McLennan Group. My final role with them was leading the West region for talent transformation and people strategy. Apart from this, I also dabble in giving back to the community through Impact Consulting. It's a pro bono advisory firm where we connect budding entrepreneur and talents in terms of the consulting aspirants to edutech, martech, quasi-governmental bodies, NGOs, CSR bodies, so on and so forth, largely focused on enabling them on the SDGs, which are Sustainable Development Goals. So look forward to engaging with all of you post the conversation, and obviously excited to hear what Rahul has to say. Thank you.
We are all excited for that. Yeah. Thank you, Rutvij. Thank you. Who do we have next? Vikram is very silent today.
Hi. Hi, Shiva.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Uh, I'm Vikram. I've been a strategic business leader who manages people and culture and purely into business transformation. I have about 3 decades of experience handling technology organizations in product services and HR technology. Um, I have led organizations into build, operate, transfers, mergers and acquisitions, as well as divestitures. And I've been a catalyst for impactful change. My passion is to create human-centered organizations, HR digitalization, and performance development. So I have been, thanks to JHRC, I've been a member from the start, and I love the programs that JHRC brings in. And I think this is a great opportunity for the HR community to learn and grow from within. So thank you so much, Shiva.
Yeah. Yes, you're very right about that. Yeah, they even hosted an event lastly, and we could see, like, how many companies have come up to do this, the heart health, corporate vitality, and all that. So it was really very insightful for me as well. Yes, Smita, Kamal.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hi, John.
First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself for GHRC. My name is John Peter. I am from Ozur. I have completed my bachelor degree from Hanadasan Science College, and also I am completed Master of Social Work in Shakur College. Now I am working in HR professional in plastics.
Okay.
So my center, I am self-motivating person, and I have strong communication skills also. So my hobbies are reading books and trade, working culture, and 5 years coordinator also. So lastly, I am quick learner and believe in learning from past mistakes and experience. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. And all of you who have spoken, please drop in your details on the chat box. Srinidhi is requesting for that. You can send your phone number, email ID, your name and everything. And probably, like, end of the session, we'll be having the session recorded as well. We will share it with you over an email as well as send you the feedback form. So please do drop in your details. Okay. And who goes next now? Mr. Ravi Kumar.
Hey, Shobha.
Hi, Omzi.
Hey, I would like to go next. Hi,
Sure.
everyone. I'm Omzi, based in Delhi, and I'm a culture, people experience, and leadership professional focused on igniting hope and happiness into the lives and as well as in the space of business commercialization aspects. I have been a part of GHRC for quite some time, and I've been attending the great sessions that you all bring together. I look forward to this one as well and expanding my learning space. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Omzi. Thanks a lot. Who goes next now? Shri, Raj Singh, Anju, Anushri. That's it for the networking. Nobody wants to network. See, this is a platform where we are trying to do what we are trying to do in the first half an hour is like try to connect you with the others so that only when you come out and talk about yourself, you'll be able to connect yourself with the others on the webinar. So that's easy for you when you want to, for your networking as well. So please do
Sorry,
help
I
yourself.
was speaking on mute.
Sri. Okay.
Yeah,
Please.
we met at the NHRD National Conference, if
Yes,
you
yes,
recall.
yes.
I'm the founder of Legal Care. We are bringing legal.
Sri Rupa, right?
Yes, Sri Rupa. Yeah. So the founder of Legal Care, and we are bringing wellness in the legal space for employees of organizations. So when, like health insurance, if they have any legal problems, they can come on our application and connect with lawyers, and this works just like the health insurance, works for employees. So that's what we're doing. We are bringing in legal wellness in India. So that's my introduction. I'm a lawyer turned entrepreneur.
Thank you, Rupa. So Sri Rupa, basically they have a company called Legal Care, and what they do is they were our neighbors in NHRD, HR Showcase. So they are into bringing just like she said, like the health and wellness for corporate. They are looking at individually any legal advices, or they have a package, right, Rupa?
Yeah. It's
So
a
they take
subscription
care of the
package and
complete
then order
legal compliance
consultation.
of the particular employee.
Yeah, like it can be anything, property or matrimonial or consumer or even traffic police. All of that, they get a lawyer on demand.
That's nice. It's
Yeah.
like Swiggy and huh?
Yeah, kind of.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Very nice, nice. That is very
Thank you.
impressive. Thank you, Rupa. Nandita, Nidhi, Nupur. Please do come online, talk a little about yourself. Do drop in the details of your what you do and your profession on the chat box. So if there's nobody, then we're going to start the event. Right, Rahul?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will start off with a brief introduction of our speaker today, Mr. Rahul. So today our topic on webinar is to revolutionize your workplace wellness and corporate vitality score by myAssurance by our own Mr. Rahul Verma. We promise an eye-opening session on how myAssurance corporate vitality score is setting new standards for workplace wellness, driving remarkable improvements in employee health and productivity. Dr. Rahul Verma, our speaker for today, is a healthcare innovator and co-founder of Nano Health, driving the integration of technology, data, and proactive wellness solutions to transform corporate healthcare. With a strong background in strategic partnership and preventive care models, he has been instrumental in reducing hospitalizations, improving employee health outcomes, optimizing insurance cost. So it's very important to listen to his conversation. Passionate about leveraging analytics for better decision making, Dr. Verma is committed to creating a smarter and more effective healthcare ecosystem for organizations. So over to you, Doctor. The stage is yours.
Thanks. When I hear this, I start looking who is this person right around. So thanks a lot, Subha. Thanks a lot for that. Will I be able to share my screen?
You can share your screen. Srinidhi, could we give him the rights to share screen, please?
All of you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Just need to see that I am able to. Yeah. You're able to see my screen now?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
clear.
Fantastic. Yeah, so thanks, Subhash. So, I had listed this down. You have done more than this, right? These are just words, but I think you added much more context and impact to my introduction. So thanks a lot, Subha, for that. And of course, thanks a lot to GHRC as well. I think it's been 8-9 months. I think in the very early stage of your inception, I got associated with GHRC because I see the impact that building this community can create, right, for corporates. So really, very excited always, and always looking forward to see what new is coming, and especially the vision the founders has, the passion the team has at GHRC is fantastic. So thanks a lot, and looking forward to a very interactive session. Now, looking at the introductions, I have slides, but I would like to see that we make this more conversational, right? I can probably put up the slide, but it'll be good to talk. And if you have any questions, we can in a structured manner, we can try to see that how we have this as much interactive as possible. So to start with the photo that you see of the gentleman on the screen, this is AI generated of how I will look 5 years from now, right?
After using myAssurance, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you would have heard about now anti-aging is the new buzzword, right? So how do you reverse your age? And there are companies, there are now people who have become celebrities, billionaires, trying to encash on this new wave of anti-aging. So yes, if you use myAssurance, if you get associated with us, yes, we will see that yes, you remain to look where you are, what you are, or probably even younger. Okay, great. Right. So Brian Johnson, I don't know how many of you know Brian Johnson or the Blueprint, the company that he has started. So anyways, we'll not get into that. So see what is happening is that everyone has started talking about employee wellness, and it has different shades, right? All of you here, who are already experienced, I heard, Rutvej, that you are into human capital, right? A core part of it is actually also well-being, right? And we have to differentiate that, is well-being a part of just, a list of things that you try to do, or is something more that we can, do in terms of engagement, in terms of well-being, and in terms of being able to measure the ROI. So all of these things, we heard legal as well, legal well-being from one of the partners here who's attending. So I've not listed legal. Probably I can put legal here as well in this, wheel. But
Just to quickly, yeah, you spoke about legal wellness. That's something we are introducing in India. It's very
right,
common in the US. So
right.
I'm happy to hear that you will include it here.
Yes, yes.
Next time. Thank you.
I think it is very important because sometimes you do get bogged down, right, with something that might be very trivial, but it can drag you, it can drain you, it can stress you out, right? So if you have an access to a trustworthy source and accessible source of support for legal, matters, then of course it helps you a lot in overall well-being as well.
Thank you.
Right, so that's the flywheel, right? And I'll start with a few numbers. Everyone these days talks about data, everyone talks about AI, but the core is how do you use this data for something which you can measure an ROI on, right? I'll just quote here. I don't know how many of you heard our respected Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech at the AI conference or conclave in France. Did anyone hear that?
Yes, yes.
Right. And what were the catchwords? So for one, one catchword for me, or one phrase for me that he spoke was that, see, he gave one example of how AI is really transforming, let's say, the lab reports, right? The diagnostic lab reports, where it can summarize in a layman's language very conveniently for a common man to understand what his or her report means, right? So that's all because we have a lot of training data. We have a lot of, probably lab reports, which the AI has been fed, and it can simplify and it can give a simple, understandable output, right? Then very importantly, he also quoted that, see, if we give a command to AI to generate an image of a left-handed person writing a letter. Did you try, or have you heard this phrase which went viral on a lot of social media handles? Mostly, or without any exception, it will draw out an image of a right-handed person writing the letter, because that's what majority of the data is. So data, people said, is the new oil, is the new soil. But I very strongly feel that if we have the right data, if we know what to do with it, we will be able to really bring in a transformational impact when we talk about employee wellness. So here are some numbers, not getting overwhelmed with those. If you look at what is the impact of employees not being 100%, or having health issues, globally we lose, around 2.6 million working days. whether that's related to stress, whether that's related to, musculoskeletal disorders, could be your cervical, issues, could be your lower back issues, right? Could be injury, or very importantly, could be preventable reasons like, hypertension, diabetes, nutritional deficiencies, and so forth. So that is the global impact, right? But when we look at from an India perspective, right? And these I'll share the data sources of all these. These are validated data sources, authentic data sources, right? If you look at that, this decade, right, alone, anyone who can guess what would be the productivity loss in terms of economic impact just because of heart-related conditions? Anyone?
100 billion?
Fantastic. You know, right? So great. Yes, $100 billion this decade, just because of heart-related conditions. So that's the impact. And this is India data. This is on India and the, workforce, how much we would lose, right? And just for the audience, everyone, I will have a quiz at the end. Right, all these numbers that I'm presenting, I'm going to pick up one number and I'm going to ask what it is. And anyone who answers right, or the first one who answers right, will get a free heart health screening package from myAssurance. So, but that sounds good.
That's really wonderful. So now all ears to what you say.
Yeah. Okay, good. So that's $100 billion loss, economic loss this decade alone because of heart-related conditions. Why I brought this number out? Because I'm convinced that majority, if not all of it, is preventable, right? Because mostly heart-related conditions happen because of conditions which can be reversed. Okay, let's also now look at the impact on the corporates as well from a different angle, right? Yes, employees are not well, employees are getting hospitalized, employees who have insurance from the corporates, they are getting in. So this data is again, from internal sources, from sources on the web. So what percentage of corporates do you think had to pay increased premium last year?
Y'all can put it on the chat box also if you all don't want to. Maybe 75. I'll take a wild guess.
Okay, thanks. Sorry.
Kumuda says 50. Usha says 75.
Okay, great. So yes, it is actually more than 50. So more than 50% of the corporates witnessed increase in insurance claims, health insurance claims. Because of that, that has a direct impact on increasing your premiums. So, if you look at, if you are able to invest in employee well-being, then you are able to see that it should have a measurable ROI. Right. And one of the parameters to see what is the measurable ROI is that, yes, your claims are reducing, especially for preventable conditions. I cannot, prevent injuries. I cannot prevent accidents, but at least there are 35%. And that's again a data that 35% of the hospital admissions happen because of preventable conditions like heart-related conditions, diabetes-related conditions, hypertension-related conditions, which can be prevented. And another 10 to 15% happen because of infections, right? Could be because of dengue, could be because of viral fever, could be because of other infections. And even those, if we combine, the heart-related, the diabetes or non-communicable disease-related admissions, and we add the infection related admissions, it's almost 40 to 50% of admissions or claims are because of these conditions. And they can, at least 50% of these can be prevented, right? So I posted this, in the GHRC group. I posted this in a few other groups as well. And I was surprised that, in all organizations, right? And this number is out there, so this is not a quiz, that, no one in no organization, they are able to assess the impact of employee benefits or the health programs that they are running. It was 0%. Right? So no organization has ventured into or is trying to, in a measurable way, right, see what the impact is of the health programs or the wellness programs that they are running in a structured manner. So as someone is drawing out the streaks on the screen, I don't know how to.
On the screen, yeah. Guys, please, also please mute yourself when you're not talking. Doctor's got things to say. Srinidhi, could we check that and remove it?
That's possible.
I muted Shubha.
Yeah, and there's a scratch on the screen.
Right. So we started by importance of, well-being, employee well-being, whether that's financial, we will add legal, right, emotional, health, physical, every aspect of well-being, that's what the corporates are trying to focus on. We got into, why it is important, because, from $100 billion loss to, millions of days of, work lost or work days lost. To then also trying to realize that it is having an impact on increase in insurance premiums. That's the direct cost to corporates. You as either budget owners or P&L owners, or champions of employee well-being, you need to take care of that as well, right? But we also see that there's a huge gap, that there is no way that you can, in a structured manner, try to see that what is the ROI that you are getting of all the initiatives that you're doing, focus on employee health, employee well-being. Okay, so that brings us to the key points that we need to control rising insurance premiums. We want to boost employee engagement in health and wellness programs in a structured manner. And then that brings us to how corporate analytics and regular insights can help you achieve the above objectives. And that's through the corporate vitality score. So I'll just present that. But any questions, any inputs, anything all of you would like to share as challenges you are currently facing?
Yeah, I think Kumuda has typed something on the chat. She says the insurance cost is also because it depends on the number of dependents, right? She says, how do we control that?
Yeah, no. So when I'm saying the insurance cost has increased, it's apples to apples comparison, right? And dependents here, yes, that's why I said almost 40 to 50% of the claims happen in organization because of claims being taken on hospitalization because of parents.
Yeah.
Right. So in that also, when I listed out that if there are 100 claims that are being filed, irrespective of whether that's self or dependents, almost 30-35% of the hospital admissions are happening because of cardiovascular related conditions. Right? Whether that's of the parents, primarily because of the parents of hypertension, stroke, diabetes, kidney disease, and so forth. Right? And all of those can be prevented, in a step-by-step manner. Not all, probably, our experience says that almost 40 to 50% of those hospital conditions or admissions can be managed proactively through disease management programs. And I have data that the ROI increases and the impact on the insurance premiums. I'll come to that.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, I think Kumuda got her answer.
Yeah. Okay, but anyone wants to share any challenges you're facing currently, and does this resonate? You want to, validate or echo something similar in your own words in your organizations?
Now, I had a question and a comment both, and I do definitely agree that the impact of the way we work and our lifestyle both adversely impact our health, which probably leads to us having increased stress levels, so on and so forth. But where do you see, if you had to categorize, where do you see in terms of heart-related diseases and all of these different parameters, right, which is the lifestyle which you have outside work, stress at work, hereditary causes or secondary causes, and our nutrition and the way that we consume food. So where do you see these four play out, and how can organizations play a more active role in mitigating the impact of these?
Sure. I'll come to that, Rutvich. I have some data in terms of how each condition is contributing, stress is contributing, hypertension is contributing, diabetes is contributing, which all are lifestyle diseases, right? And how an organization can, in a non-intrusive manner, either empower or facilitate or enable an ecosystem where the employee has the right motivation, has the right access to, manage their health, reverse these conditions, or prevent these conditions, right? So it's very difficult to put a number that, how much because of stress these things are happening, how much because of a particular nutritional deficiency these things are happening. I'll have some on the heart. I have some, data. There is a slide on that I will show. But as an organization, what I need to do is to see that I empower my employees, I enable an access to a trustworthy, convenient, and a cost-effective wellness ecosystem. And I see that in a non-intrusive manner, I'm able to motivate or nudge them to start availing that, those provisions or benefits that I'm extending to them. Right. So I have a case study as well, very interesting case study. And, how in a particular corporate, our client, we transformed the whole culture. Right. So, over the last, 5 years that we have been associated with them, right, we got into a more data-driven approach, and I'll share the details of those case study, and you'll be able to then resonate that how, an organization can play a more proactive role. Does that sound okay? And means I hope I understood your question right.
Yes, yes. And Kumuda has got something as well. Kumuda, raised your hand.
Hey, hi, Rahul. Every year I had faced this, while I had to renew the insurance.
Right.
While the medical facilities have improved a lot, lot of treatment can be done in OPD, which don't get covered in the insurance.
Right.
Right. So that's a major challenge that I used to face while renewing the insurance in my, personally and officially both.
Right. Right. So 1 day admission is required, right?
Yes, right.
So
Not
see,
not the overnight actually. Say insurance says overnight, but it doesn't
right.
require overnight now.
Right, right. So Kumada, we will discuss this separately. How your policy is drafted and what provisions are in there, right? How you can see that yes, OPD expenses are also covered, right? So there are policies which have come out. There are underwriters or insurance companies who have started covering OPD expenses as well, right? So it's completely depends upon your policy that you are taking, either at a corporate level or at a personal level.
Yeah, okay. And Neha has written to us, what is the intersection of physical and emotional physical wellness? Most organizations are catering to emotional health. How do we transform that to physical health being the bedrock? Sorry, unable to speak, hence the question on chat.
Yeah, no, excellent question, Neha. Thanks a lot for asking. And Neha, if I can take the liberty to introduce you, right? So Neha works with an organization called Great Places to Work. I don't know how many of you have heard about that. So GPTW, which certifies organizations on their culture, on their employee-centric processes. So she is, a senior leader in the organization. She heads the HR there, but then she also heads, the initiatives for diversity and inclusion at GPTW. So very relevant question. So I fundamentally believe that, there has been a lot of, or actually there has been more stress on emotional well-being or mental well-being than, and the intersection of emotional and physical well-being. So I do not see emotional well-being or mental well-being in isolation. I think there is a strong correlation it has with the physical well-being. As an example, if I have, let's say anemia, right? So my HB levels are, let's say 9 or 10, which I have data and I can share that we found that almost 28% of working women in corporates were anemic, right? And this is 2023 data. Now, if you have anemia, of course, you cannot perform to 100% of your productivity. Now, because of that, especially when we talk about working women, I'm sorry to use that cliche word, that they wear 4 hats, right? They wear a housewife hat, or a wife hat, they wear a mother hat, they wear a hat of a working woman. So if you have to do these 3-4 roles, and if you physically are not well, it starts adding to your mental stress. Right? So if we just start to focus on mental stress without trying to look at your physical well-being and physical health as well, I think we'll not be able to achieve any successful outcomes. So emotional, physical, mental health, all have to be viewed in a holistic manner, right? Whether that's a thyroid issue, which is causing mental challenges or stress. And in some cases, we saw all of us, 95% of us are deficient in vitamin D. So we've seen some correlation where severe vitamin D deficiency also leads to mental stress, and in many cases depression. We have cases, live examples, where severe vitamin D deficiency, even including head of HRs came to us. We found that their vitamin D level was as low as 5 or 6, and they had been on antidepressants for 1 or 2 years. But as soon as they started taking vitamin D supplements, including injections, within 3 to 6 months they were off antidepressants. Right? So I think it's very important that when we look at health, we look at in totality. We do not look at in isolation. So physical health is not in isolation. We say that most of these heart conditions or NCDs are because of psychosomatic disorders, because that's of your mental stress that is causing you to have these, either hypertension or heart disease and other things. And similarly, if you have mental stress, it could be because physically you're not well, you're probably hemoglobin is low, you have thyroid issues, you may have some nutritional deficiencies which you need to then take care of. So I hope that answers. So yeah,
She's
so
concluded
great.
it on the chat only.
Yeah. Yes, so yeah, leaders, you put it very rightly, Neha. So leaders must understand how physical health is the reason to a lot of bad health in the organizations. Yes, perfectly, including mental health. So thank you. Great. So shall we continue?
Yes.
Good. So you're able to see the slides now? Subha?
You can see your slides, yes.
Okay, great. So what usually happens, I'll just share this, that, because of the increased awareness post-COVID, corporates are doing a lot of things. They're doing annual health checkups, they're doing assessments, they're doing mental assessments, health camps, diagnostic labs. They're doing a lot of things, right? But is my objective to do only screening or do something more than that, right? So ideally what should happen is that, see, once you have done the screening, and if you have the data, if you are able to then do the risk stratification, you are able to understand who are the people who are at risk of these preventable conditions. Could be mental health also, right? So now there are objective scores which are available. There is a DAS score, which is depression, anxiety, and stress score, which gives you a very objective scorecard that the risk of you having a depression is X percentage, anxiety Y percentage, or stress Z percentage, as a screening tool. I'm not here looking at diagnostics. I'm looking at that I need to identify in a very effective manner if I can see people who may have a risk of these preventable conditions, including mental conditions, including physical conditions, right? And from there, out of those 100 people, let us say that I screened, who are those 10, 20, 30 people who have this risk? And I don't need to be 100% accurate there. I just need to be effectively able to screen all. And from there, I take them to the doctor, I take them to the specialist, and then I get a confirmation that yes, no, you have this condition, right? Whether that's a mental condition or whether that's a physical condition, right? And from that confirmation, if I'm able to then manage their condition, if I'm able to help them reverse their condition or prevent that condition, that is what then starts bringing the impact, right? So right now, and this is again as per the the poll that we conducted yesterday, currently, corporates, they primarily focus on lifestyle and wellness initiatives. Step one, they do a lot of things under employee welfare, right? There are huge programs which are run. There are amazing amount of budgets which are spent. but there is no way to measure. There is no data where in a structured manner you can see either from a health perspective or a financial perspective, what is the ROI that you're having. And I have a link here. I'll share the source with all of you. I'll share this presentation as well, where, if we are able to deliver and empower employees to access disease management programs in a structured, convenient, trustworthy, cost-effective manner, we see that you are able to get almost an 80% plus ROI on the initiatives that you're doing, on the spend that you are making on employee wellness. Okay. So harnessing the value of data, measure the collective out of range values to calculate the overall health index. So what is corporate vitality score, right? So what we do is we essentially, if you have the data, but the key is the so what of data, right? So we get the data, we try to see that what are the values which are out of range. Once we get the values which are out of range, then we are able to calculate this overall health index, which then gives us the corporate vitality score. This can be sliced and diced in the manner that you want without indicating or pointing towards any individual. So just like any employee satisfaction survey that you may be running in your organizations, right, where, if you have less than 2 responses or 3 responses, you do not share that, right? So similarly, the objective here is that how without disclosing the individual, what health condition that particular employee may have, we are able to showcase to you that, at a business level, at a corporate level, at a manager level, or a unit level, what is the health index or what is the overall corporate vitality score of your team, of your business, of your company, right? Now, organizations have started including this as a KPI. Let us say that Rahul Verma is a manager, is managing one business, or let's say I'm the CEO of an organization. My corporate vitality index is right now, let's say 60, right? So then the organizations are setting, I'll set myself that, no, I need to improve the health of my employees in a measurable manner by 10% next year. So next year, my score should be 66, right? As an example. So with this score, where you are able to, with the data, calculate the health index, calculate the corporate vitality score, you are able to then identify not only the areas you need to focus on, employees you need to focus on, business areas, managers that you need to focus on, but you can, as an organization, also set certain targets to help improve in a measurable manner overall health of your organization, right? And of course, there are derivatives. If you have data, these days you have so many models. You can determine the biological age and the difference between the your normal age and the biological age. There are risk scores that we can calculate. That what is the risk? ASCVD is American Society of Cardiovascular Disease, where we can actually say that what is the probability of, let's say, Rahul Verma getting a heart attack in the next 10 years. Right? So with that data, all of these things are enabled. Okay. So now when you have the data, what do you do with it? Traditional AHC is your annual health checkup. 90% nothing happens. But with myAssurance, if you have the digital records, if you are able to do these data-driven nudges, you are able to set up a smart clinic, use the corporate vitality score and the health index, it helps you achieve improved outcomes and improved corporate vitality score. I'll pause. Questions, comments, thoughts? Does it resonate with some of you, all of you?
Yeah, so John Peter, his message, what is the superpower you wish you had to manage your mental health?
Yeah, there is no one single answer. There's no one single superpower. I think it depends upon the context here, right?
Everybody has got their own style of doing it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I'll continue, right? And we talked about, Rutvij, this is something which I just wanted to share. I was talking about that when we talk about heart health, these are the 4 major preventable contributors to heart health, right? First is your cholesterol, we can keep on debating about whether we should take statins or we should not take statins, but underlying there is science that, if you have high cholesterol, it increases your chances of heart attack. If you have diabetes, it increases your chances of heart attack by 2 times, right? If you have hypertension, it increases your chances of stroke or heart disease. If you have thyroid disorders, it increases threefold risk of helping, you having heart problems. So this is scientific, clinical, proven data, right? And all of these conditions can be managed proactively, can be reversed, and can be prevented. Right? So I'll pause here on this slide. Any questions, Rutvej? I hope this helps answer part of the question that you had asked.
Yes, absolutely, Rahul. This is useful. I'll park a couple of other follow-up questions for the end of the session.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Okay. Now, I've talked about what data-driven approach can help you, what corporate vitality score is, health index is. If you have all of this data, if you're able to do the risk stratification, if you are able to then through that, engage employees in a proactive manner, the impact that it has is that we have been able to save more than 5,000 lives. We've been able to reduce insurance claims by 10 to 14%. We've been able to, in organizations, reduce diabetes prevalence, which is that if there were, let us say, people who were pre-diabetic or diabetic, we have been able to reduce that by 30%. If let us say there were 100 people who were pre-diabetic or diabetic, subsequent year, we were able to see that 100 number has come down to 70, right? Also, because if you have all the data, you have everything integrated, we are able to see that you are able to improve the HR and admin efficiency. We are able to help reduce, sick leaves. Why I have specifically mentioned women employees is because I think this is very important. I have led C-level positions. I've been a propagator of, inclusion and diversity. But I strongly feel that we do not give adequate attention in a structured manner, specifically on the wellness and health of women employees, right? Like I said, 28% women employees we found were anemic. We found 14% had thyroid issues, right? We found almost 58% of women employees were overweight or obese. So please add nothing, against anyone, but see, all these conditions start leading to challenges, start leading to they're not feeling well. And if they're not physically well, it then adds to their mental stress, and then it becomes a vicious cycle. So if we are able to measure, if we are able to get the data, if we are able to then proactively engage, we are able to then see what initiatives we should take, and we are able to then measure the ROI of those initiatives or the impact of those initiatives. So just a case study. This is one of the largest MNCs, in a particular sector in India. Employee strength of around 1,500 plus, not a very big number, but they're leaders in their particular domain. So the challenges they had, no ROI on wellness initiatives, which we all echo. Increasing health insurance premium. The year when we started engaging with them, their health insurance premium for the last couple of years was always 120% or 130%, right? The claims were of the premium. So they had anywhere between 30 to 40% increase in premium year on year, right? And they had no analytics to help in planning and decision making for wellness initiatives, that for which location, for which group they should do what. So complete wellness solution where we had smart clinic, corporate health challenges, corporate vitality score. And so this is how the improvement happened, and this is most recent data, though we've been engaged with them over the last 7 to 8 years. This is the most recent data where we could actually, through this data-driven proactive approach, we could improve the corporate vitality score by 10%. Right? And of course, you have disease-wise and risk-wise scores. You can look for diabetes, lipid, hypertension, anemia. You can have by gender. You can, have by the business unit as well, like I mentioned. You can have by manager as well, but without being intrusive, right? So corporate data, business level data, manager level data is non-intrusive. That is data. It is not a personal identifier, right? So that's what we ensure. And through this, you are able to then see how you're able to objectively improve the health condition of your employees. Right? This is another corporate where we had set up a smart clinic. What we mean by a smart clinic is that many organizations, or most organizations who have strength of more than 500 people, they have a medical room, right? But that medical room is usually used by either the security staff or by the housekeeping staff to go and get some, paracetamol or some vitamins, right? But if that medical room is converted into a proactive driven health center or wellness center, where if I know that in my organization, these are the 10 people who have hypertension, these are the 20 people who have diabetes, the person sitting there, calls these people for regular checkups, right, on a weekly basis, fortnightly basis, monthly basis, we see that the engagement, transform it exponentially increases, right? So whether that's the visit into the medical room, and if you facilitate that there are specialists who are coming, could be an endocrinologist, could be an MD medicine, could be a gynecologist, then the involvement, engagement, and the impact, transformally, exponentially, it improves. So this is just another case study where we had a small cohort of around 400 employees, out of which we identified that 140 people were at risk or high risk of these preventable conditions. And when we started engaging with them, 95% of those employees who were at risk or high risk, they came and availed the services, and they started showing improvement in their health parameters. So, of course, the impact drivers: corporate vitality score for data-driven and proactive health management, the smart clinic medical room, annual health challenge, management buy-in and continuous support, right? So that is also a key, right? And regular visits by the specialist. So all of these things, there is no one single factor that will transform the employee well-being, that will help you get an ROI. But if you have the data, if you're able to structure the data, then you are able to kickstart these initiatives. You are able to showcase to the management, and management also then knows that, no, there is a measurable thing that I can actually vouch for, I can sign up for, right? And that's why they start supporting. And with all of that, it starts helping improve the health and well-being of the employees. And I'll pick this word up. One of the HRs told me that this has started helping them transform the culture in the organization. Okay, so I'll stop here. So myAssurance, where prevention meets protection. So if you allow, can I just have one slide, or probably towards the end around my services?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is myAssurance, our product, where we have integrated the financial shield, which is your insurance, with the health shield, which is our proactive data-driven employee wellness initiatives. So we do staff health and wellness, we do the digital medical room, we provide all kinds of health insurance and other insurance services as well. So this is what myInsurance offers. This is my healthcare services universe. Many leaders ask us this question, and many employees really benefit from having access to all these services through a single platform, which is facilitated by the corporate, right? Whether that's emotional well-being, whether that's teleconsultation, whether that's second opinion with US doctors, whether that's care at home, elderly care, all of that through a single channel, right? And of course, all the insurance as well for the corporate. If you're in HR or in admin, you don't want different vendors for different types of insurances. You want a digital platform. So all of that experience we can provide. For HR and admin, a lot of benefits. If you have everything digital and online platform, it helps you increase your efficiency, right? And if you have, like I said, it's not only wellness. In case of a hospital incidents, our objective is proactive healthcare. So that's what we deliver. This is a medical room where you have a current medical room where yes, there is a nurse, there is a doctor, but with myAssurance we add plus, including smart devices, including data, including specialist visits, which helps transform the health and well-being, and yes, the culture of your organization. Right. So these are some of the things which we have launched in 2025. smart reports. So that's why I picked up, respected Honorable Prime Minister's quote that, AI is helping us generate smart reports. So we have already incorporated that. We have taken, partnership with a company called My American Doctor, where you can access, for second opinion from doctors in US, right? Especially for chronic conditions like, God forbid, cancer in the family or certain surgeries that you may have to undergo for your family, you can get a second opinion, right? Advanced claim analytics and health scores, AI-based diagnostics partnership with Nura. Some of you may have heard about it, and home care and elderly care as an integral part of our service ecosystem. So yes, this is just a joke, but I'll pause here. Over to you, Subha.
It's wonderful, really wonderful. What an insight. And also, I remember that when we had one of our workshops there was a small gadget that you had bought, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you be talking about it? I was thinking that you will show a demo or something like that about the product where you measure the heart health.
Yeah, no, that's where I said, connected devices, ECG, BP,
Yeah.
and
And then you had an
body.
app-based. It's an app-based, right?
All app-based,
It's
right? So
wonderful, really
ECG
wonderful.
device, which is, smaller than the size of your palm.
Palm, yeah.
Right? And it tells you with 100% negative predictive value if you are having any heart condition or not, but at least helps you record the ECG in an electronic format directly and share it with your provider. And you'll be surprised, Subha, that wherever we go in all our clients, many people have bought it for their parents who stay at a different location. Right? Because then they are able to just, train their parents, record the ECG, and then ECG then is shared online, and immediately they are able to share it with their cardiologist that if something is wrong or something is not wrong.
Yeah, that's very effective. Very effective.
Right? Otherwise, you receive a call, no, I'm feeling heaviness in the chest from your parent, you panic.
Yeah,
right?
and especially now people are staying away, right? People work somewhere and the family is elsewhere. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Right.
That's really wonderful. And anybody, any doubts, questions, insights gathered, please do share. We want this to be an interactive session.
Yeah, and there will be one question.
Oh, yeah. The prize winning question is also going to come up.
Prize winning question. Yeah. Folks, let's connect on what's the super.
Yeah, Reena says, sure. Just.
Yeah. So any insights, any personal experiences you have, that you would like to share? I think we can open it up, Subha, for people to share their experiences.
Yeah.
Anything unique or, impactful that is happening in your organization or you would like to suggest. I think that also we'll all gain collectively. Yeah.
Sure, that'll be very interesting. Rudwij or Vikram, please do come up. Usha, do let us know, do share. I'm sure that you guys have a lot of experience. You will be letting us know, right? Yes. Thank you, Omzi. Omzi says that's a that's a composite package, addresses today's industry requirements. Thanks to bring this to us. Most welcome. You can connect with Doctor. He is also a member of our platform. So we'll be sending this recorded session as well with the details, so you can connect with him directly too.
Yeah.
Dr. Rahul, I would like to ask you a question.
Sure.
This is you discussed this about the corporate package. This is with regard to the corporate. What about individual who are freelancers? Freelancers will not have any, like, for me, currently I'm an independent consultant, so now I do not have any health insurance with regard from the organization. What about them? What is it for them?
Means you can take the insurance on your own, Musha, from us, right? And you can avail the wellness packages from us as well. And the same thing will be done for you, that whatever test you get done from us, we can recommend a few. We have a few packages which we call, like, either the Heart Matters package or we have Gift of Good Health package, right? you can avail those. We'll get everything digitized. We will identify the risks that you have, and then we'll proactively engage with you to see that if there is any condition where we can proactively help you manage, reverse, or prevent a condition, we will engage with you.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Usha.
Okay. So should I ask the question?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So so can anyone share with me that what is the link between high cholesterol and ischemic heart disease, or you having increased risk of heart disease?
Come again, doctor. What is it? Come again?
The question is, I had shared the heart attack, right? And I had
Right.
said there are 4 parameters: your high cholesterol, your high BP, your high sugar, and your thyroid, right? So I'm asking, and there were data points right there that how much percentage increase
Percentage. Yeah.
high cholesterol in cause means how much what is the impact of high cholesterol as a percentage increase in your risk for heart attack, right, as a risk factor. So I'm just asking this question. Do you remember that number, that what is the link between high cholesterol and your increased risk of heart attack? Anyone? Ritvik?
I remember you
Too many
mentioned.
percent.
Yeah, so I think she said if people have diabetes, they are twice as likely. And
Yeah,
so
twice.
suggests,
There was one threefold. I remember that.
yeah, threefold if you have hyperthyroid, and you had 54% of strokes and 47% of heart disease are attributed to high BP. But
Fantastic.
cholesterol was, yeah. So these are the numbers I remember.
30%. I don't.
So just no. So, but I'll give it to you, Rutvich, because see, you have remembered 5 numbers out of the 6 that were there. So high cholesterol leads to a 50% increase in your risk of heart attacks. 50. Okay. So Rutvik, you can ping me your address and some other details, and my team will reach out to you to give you a Heart Matters program free of cost.
Super.
Thanks a
Congrats,
lot.
Ritvik.
Thanks a lot. And I also wanted to engage with you on this to see, as an organization, what must be that one thing that we prioritize. Because I think occasionally there are too many things that organizations try to do. It often doesn't lead to the impact which you wish to aspire to get, right? So we'll also connect with you to see where we can start, right? Because at this point, we do have the basic hygiene factors in terms of wellness.
Right.
But if we were to build this towards a more structured, like you mentioned, both in terms of diagnosis and in terms of prevention and protection, where is that journey that we can start with? So I will definitely connect with you. And thank you so much for this, both Dr. Rahul and Subha GHRC.
Lovely, lovely. Congrats once again, Rutvik.
Yeah, so Rutvik, the journey starts from getting the digital data, and then from there trying to do the analytics that what is the most pressing problem, right? I'll give an example to you again. There's one of the organizations, one of the leading financial, technology fintech companies, and they had no clue, what they're doing, and they used to spend, crazy amount of money because, of their focus on employee health, but they had no measure of what they should do in a focused manner and what is the ROI. So when we ventured with them around 4 years back, we identified that as an example that 48% of employees were overweight or obese. Right? Then we started, then the priority became that how can we actually help them? So then we started having specific, as an example, no oil, low oil cooking sessions inside their organization. We had dietitian visit every alternate week, right? We changed their mess menu, right? And that started happening in a very clear ROI, which in the subsequent year, we saw that there was 20% reduction in the BMI of most of the people, right, who were at risk or very high risk because of high BMI. BMI is body mass index, which
Body
is
mass index.
right. So everything starts from getting the data, in a structured manner, and then from there trying to identify that what is that area where you can in a meaningful manner engage with employees and then measure the impact of it.
Wow, I think those are some incredible statistics, and that's actually inspiring to hear the kind of tangible benefits that the employees walk away with just
Right.
by having an orchestrated process in terms of, first having that data and then converting that into actionable insights.
Exactly. See, because what happens is, I'll just give you one very practical example. You say that, no, I'm having a dietitian visit, so please visit, right? That no one comes. But if you know that out of these 100 people in my organization, these are the 30 people who have either high cholesterol or diabetes or are, high BMI, then, there is a medical facility or there's an organization who then actually nudges them. And then I see with that, like I gave an example, almost 95% of these people who need it, they start getting associated. And then, of course, it's a journey. Health is not a destination, it's a journey, continuous journey. Then we see that slowly 10%, 20%, 30% start in a disciplined manner following things. Then we have a health challenge, which then motivates them. So now see if I am able to show the maximum impact, then I will be able to win this, or my business unit will be able to win this. Managers and will be able to claim that, no, my group actually had the maximum transformation in reduction of blood pressure, in reduction of cholesterol, and so forth. So with that data, with that nudges and proactive management, the impact starts happening over time, right? But it starts now. It has to start now.
True.
Okay.
That's cool.
Great. So certainly, Rutvich, feel free to reach out.
Yeah, I have buzzed him. I will buzz him your number.
Yeah.
So he'll directly contact you. And
Vikram
congrats
has been
once again.
silent.
Sorry?
Vikram has been silent. He's I think the most
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
If he's
Probably
online,
he's contemplating on the proactive actions next that he has to take.
No, sometimes people say that, no, please don't take my ECG because I don't know what will come out. So let it be as it is.
You remember what Sri did, no? Last?
Yeah. So, good.
Oh, that's nice. I think we will conclude. We had a very good session. And as we conclude this insightful session, we hope that all of you all gained a lot of valuable perspective, insight into revolutionizing your workspace or your own self for wellness through corporate vitality score. A big thank you to Dr. Verma for sharing this expertise, and to all our participants for all your engagement today. So let's take all these learnings forward to create a more healthier and a more productive workplace. Stay connected, stay healthy, and have a very, very happy weekend, all of you. A healthy weekend.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
see you all in one more inspiring session as this.
Yeah,
Good day
thank you.
and
Thank
happy
you, Subha.
weekend.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, GHR.